Hey everyone, why in the world would anybody in today's day and age be collecting DVDs? Why would I be collecting DVDs? Hey, I'm Corsello, and you're watching the channel that is still sort of known as The Daily Dose. Changes are coming. Let's talk about DVDs. I quit collecting DVDs 16, 17 years ago, like 2007, 2008, maybe 2009, just like everybody else. So let me explain. Because I did. I stopped 17 years ago. We stream. We got all the content in the world at our fingertips. Why would we want to take up shelf space? Why would we want to waste plastic? Why would we want to have to put a DVD into a DVD player and hook it to our TV and do all that? A few years back, people made a big deal out of the fact that Apple got the rights to Peanuts. And come Christmas time, when people were expecting to see the Charlie Brown Christmas special, they were disappointed to find out that you had to have Apple Plus to see it. It was such a big deal that they finally said, okay, we'll let PBS play it one time. Well, it didn't bother me at all. Why? Because I never got rid of my DVD collection. I still have Charlie Brown on DVD. Probably paid $10 for this, probably 15 years ago or more. I'm telling a friend about a movie, maybe a show I like. Oh, I'll just pull it up on Netflix. Nope, not there. Well, let me do a Google search. Oh, it's on Hulu. Nope, not on Hulu anymore. That's an outdated Google result. Is it on Paramount Plus? Is it on HBO Plus? Is it on Disney Plus? Is it on Amazon Prime? Is it on... name all the services. In fact, how many services can you name? So the way I see it is this. Right now, people are still giving away their DVDs. I see boxes out on the street that say free. Out there with furniture and whatever else people are getting rid of. You know, there's a box of DVDs. You go through, you pick the ones you want. You go to the thrift stores, $2 to $4 depending on the thrift store. Goodwill's usually about $3.99. A lot of places DVDs are $2. Well, it's kind of fun to go to the thrift stores and look through them all, like we used to do with records back in the day, and I used to do with Atari cartridges at one time. I collected Atari cartridges for 50 cents and $1 a piece. Now I'm going through the DVDs and seeing what movies I want. I'm still pretty picky. I try to stick to movies I actually want. Now, am I watching these movies over and over again? Nah, not really. Well, you can see all my Simpsons ones down here. Some of those have really fun posters and graphics and images that you don't find anywhere else. DVD, you get the artwork, you get special features, sometimes interviews, and all kind of behind the scenes stuff. And on top of it, no one can ever take it away from you because you didn't pay the $10 this month. Or you just want to show somebody a movie on a service you never watch and pay $10, or you have to rent it on cable for $3.99. A couple years ago, my sister wanted to show my mom Elf at Christmas time because my mom apparently hadn't seen it. This was several years ago. So, you know, they have Comcast, and for $3.99, they got to view the movie for 24 hours. I bought it for $2. DVD players now, they're $5 to $10 in thrift stores. Now, they're not always going to work. A lot of times they don't have the remotes. But you can get DVD players cheap. You can get a new one for $30. If you want a fancy one that has streaming on it too, you might pay $50 or $60 at Best Buy. But DVD players are easy to come by. A lot of people will give them to you. They don't want them anymore. People will give you their DVDs. You can buy them for almost nothing. And guess what? It doesn't matter whether you have the internet. It doesn't matter whether you're subscribed to one of 1,000. How many of you typed in down there, by the way, so far? 1,000 of them. You got DVDs forever. You got the movie forever. Not like it's that important for me to have all these movies forever. You know, there's a few that I really like. But it's just fun. It's fun. And watch. At some point, just like records became popular again, DVDs, they might come popular again in the next 5-10 years. So, let me show you a few that I have that I really like. I already showed you the Charlie Brown Christmas. This was a great movie. I loved it when I was a kid. Came out before I was born. But if you've never seen The Red Balloon, it's the best short film of all time. Maybe the best film of all time. It's like 15 minutes long. Hardly any words. It's a masterpiece. Shot in the streets of Paris in the 60s. Beautiful, amazing film. Here's some others. Like, here's another thing that's fun about DVDs, alright? I'm not even a big fan of this film. I don't even really remember that well, Fame. But I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but it has this like rainbow glittery effect. It's really just a cool cover. And so sometimes it's fun just to collect these for the artwork. I have some pretty rare stuff. Surprisingly enough, and only Gen Xers and baby boomers are going to get this, but 8 is enough is very difficult to come by. 8 is enough. Okay? Like I said, if you're not a Gen Xer or a boomer, you probably never even heard of it. Because the odd thing about Gen X is, I liked watching it as a kid. I was very fond of it. It's very nostalgic for me. But it really didn't rerun very much. And I also think it's cool because Sacramento. It takes place in Sacramento. It wasn't filmed in Sacramento, but they reference Sacramento like almost every episode. It wasn't even released on DVD when DVDs were popular in the 90s. They finally released it, I think, like less than 10 years ago. And because they only were really available online, nobody ever carried them in stores, they are not cheap to come by. You can rarely find a season for less than 30 bucks. They're like 30 to 50 bucks for a season of 8 is enough. I'll be doing more video series about this in the future where I'm going to look at specific shows and show some highlights and stuff like that. This one I still have the price tag on. Over the Edge, some crazy 70s movie about the kids like outrageously partying. Here's a couple of unusual ones from the 80s. First one, I had not heard of until recently, and I had to order it because these are rare enough you don't find them in thrift stores, but you can find it on eBay or maybe even Amazon sometimes. I think I paid like 10 bucks or maybe 15 bucks or something, but Making the Grade with Judd Nelson. This is before The Breakfast Club. And he gets paid by this rich kid to go to a prep school to graduate from because the guy doesn't want to go to prep school. It's a silly movie, but it's kind of cute. It was worth watching. The Wildlife. I never even heard of this film. I think it came out in 84, 85. It's a silly, like it was trying to be like Fast Times at Ridgemont. Just look it up. It's not very good, but it should have been more popular. I should have heard of it somehow. This movie, also from the 80s, Keanu Reeves before Bill and Ted, so he wasn't really known yet. It's called Permanent Record. Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert said at the time that this was maybe one of the best movies of the year, that it was a very honest teen movie. His most popular was Bill and Ted's, but there was also At River's Edge with Ione Skye. He wasn't really known then either. This is a pretty intense film as well. Permanent Record, definitely worth a watch. Like I said, it's one of the things I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start looking, calling it, I think I'm going to call it the Retro Rewind. We're going to look at some of these old films. Cold classics, these are also ones I couldn't find in thrift stores. Had to order 15, 20 bucks. Suburbia, not the campy Suburbia. This is a film that actually has Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers in it. Before he was really Flea. In the credits, he's actually Mike B. the Flea. Repo Man, which I wish they had the original movie poster on this one, but this is a great addition. This one was really rare for a while, but then I guess somebody did a re-release of Repo Man. Harry Dean Stanton, Emilio Estevez. A few other favorites from my childhood that, again, these I don't find in thrift stores, but there was a series in the early 80s called Voyagers. And it's about this kid who knew all about history, and Voyagers go through time to give history a nudge when it's getting wrong. And it's just very cute. It was an hour long, kind of an adventure kind of thing, and unfortunately the guy who starred in it died in a studio accident at the end of the first season, so they only ever made one season. And it's the complete series of Ultraman. And again, if you're not Gen X, you're not going to remember this. I used to watch Captain Cosmic on Channel 2, which was out of the Bay Area, and he would play Ultraman after school. So there's just some highlights from my DVD collection that I just happened to grab to make this video. I'll make my point, because the things I just showed you here, a few of them you could probably find streaming, but probably a lot of them you wouldn't even be able to find. And so this is my point. You get to collect the art. It's kind of a treasure hunt. You go to thrift stores, find them cheap. Getting a hold of some of these or finding a deal on eBay or whatever. It's just sort of fun. And now I have these movies forever, so 5 years from now, I say, oh, you've never seen Repo Man? Well, let me show it to you. What? You never saw The Red Balloon? Oh, greatest film of all time. Let me show it to you. Across the universe. Maybe my most favorite movie ever. Oddly enough, it's a musical, and it's the Beatles music, but it's performed by the cast. Now, this sounds awful to me. Like, this sounds terrible. I love the Beatles. I don't want to hear someone else sing the Beatles. And it's a musical. Not usually a big fan of musicals. I mean, you know, they're okay once in a while. So it doesn't seem like it'd be my all-time favorite movie, but it's probably my all-time favorite movie. It is beautiful. The actors are great. The music is great. They sewed the Beatles songs into the storyline. It's fantastic. I actually saw this in the theater and then went back and saw it like 2 more times in the theater. Brought other people to see it because I thought it was so good. But Across the Universe, check it out. And then just another one I happened to grab, Run Lola Run. This one's subtitles. I mean, you can watch the dub, but don't watch the dub. It's a German film. Very interesting. I'm not going to try to describe it. Just maybe I'll put some trailers and stuff in the description below. Hey, I would say start collecting DVDs. Oh wait, I think there are a few others up here I wanted to point out. Koyaanisqatsi. This is, I think it's Earth Out of Balance. It's a Native American word. It tells a story through slow motion film and sped up film, and it's about Earth Out of Balance. And then The Young Ones, which they used to play on MTV on Sunday nights. It's BBC. It's a British comedy about 4 university students who live together, and one's like the metalhead, one's the hippie, one's the new waver, and one's the preppy. But this is hilarious, another 80s relic. Gotta be Gen X or Boomer to appreciate all this. Speaking of which, this t-shirt I'm wearing here, the Regal Beagle, this is a fictional bar. So, write down in the comments if you know where the Regal Beagle appears in pop culture. Where is the Regal Beagle? Put it down there. I'll try to find some way to reward you. Like, I don't think I'll probably send you a DVD or anything, although I do have some duplicates I could send out. Probably won't go that far with it. Maybe I'll just give you a shout out, or I don't know. But if you know the Regal Beagle, put it in the comments below. Let me know how cool you are that you figured out where the Regal Beagle appears. Now is the time to collect DVDs. It's inexpensive, it's fun, they're readily available, people are giving away, and they're everywhere. And you get to keep the movie forever. Plus, some of the bonus features are great. Some of the artwork inside is great. $2 to $4, if not free. So, be like me. Collect DVD. Oh, that's so silly. Hey, check out another video of mine, or hit the subscribe button or whatever. I don't know. It's not like it used to be. You can't put them wherever you want now. You should be seeing them right now. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.